first time I'm going to the flower market in LA. I've become very obsessed with flowers and floral arrangements, in particular dry ones, since I've moved here. I'm Elisa Goodkind. I'm the founder of StyleLikeU. Since moving to Los Angeles, I've become really inspired by nature and by the flowers here. In particular, I became extremely inspired by this shop called Flower Boy. I would just go in there and kind of go into a complete frenzy like I do when I go to a vintage store or to a flea market with clothing. I felt the same way, where I would just become so inspired in how things looked together, but I just liked the picking and putting together of all these different things, and how when it all came together it just became this like incredibly uplifting, beautiful kind of expression of the world, the beauty of the universe, and it just became out of this world. I was able to create things that I felt were out of this world and out of the ordinary. Over time I've been collecting it and filling my house at home with them all. They make me very happy, and I've had this idea that I really should be doing this myself. And they mean a lot to me also because I have a very strong spiritual side, and to me, I just see them as expressions of God and universe and love. Look at this. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. This came out of the universe just like we did. You know, when you look at a flower and how the perfection of the colors and the layers and what's sprouting out of them, and that this is just coming from this intelligence out here like we have. So I'm particularly fascinated by that and connecting to them that way. And so I've been dreaming for a while of getting to understand this and know this better, coming to the flower market in downtown LA and starting something new, which felt very daunting to me. It felt like I don't know how to do this, and coming here is like very overwhelming, where I can walk into a football stadium of vintage clothing and I would feel no stress at all. I would be able to literally walk in and out in like an hour and know exactly what I wanted and find exactly what I want, because I've been doing this for so long. But this feels really brand new, really scary, really strange, taking it to another level of something that I'm not just doing as a little hobby, you know, on a Saturday buying some flowers for my house, but like taking it beyond that, because I start visualizing in my mind walls of these flowers and ceilings and installations, and I get really excited about that, expressing that and having that outlet and learning and developing my skills. And I know there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn, and I know nothing. And so it's more of a risk to be stuck. I feel that scares me the most, is to not grow, is to not challenge myself, is to be afraid. Realizing that life is for you and not against you. It chokes me up when I say it, because it's taken me almost 70 years to be able to accept that. I couldn't accept that with the amount of trauma that I've had to deal with, and the amount of dysregulation and suffering that I've had from trauma. So hard, so hard to accept that life was still here for me, even with it all. I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be me. Only you can fix you. The greatest medicine is being in alignment with yourself. That's the greatest medicine. Being in your truth. Look at this. Look. It's just like my bag with the tassels. Isn't that pretty?
So pretty.
The more I try something new and risky and uncertain, and I feel that like nervous feeling inside, and that you know, lack of control, all those feelings come up. Change only comes with discomfort, because you're stepping into new parts of yourself that you don't know. Otherwise you just stay frozen. And you never become like the amazing person that is waiting to happen. Like, I had a dream the other day that I was carrying a big child, like a big heavy child that I couldn't carry anymore. And I had this like thought that I'm just gonna give this back to the universe. I'm giving all of this heaviness back here, because the universe can take care of it. It can absorb it all and give it back. And what's left is just the me with the gifts, and the me with the joy, and the me with the self-expression, and the me with the self-acceptance. and the me with giving myself permission to be happy. Style Like You was so risky and so, like, no one understood what we were doing. I did realize at a certain point that we have had a big impact and we've made a difference, and I feel really accomplished that way, and I feel proud of myself for doing this and for having the impact in the world and bringing beauty into the world and freedom for people. And through using my own pain and my own story to alchemize into beauty and everything, I feel really great about that. When I moved here, I started dreaming about doing this at events and doing this in people's houses, and it was not only like a creative thing, like styling would be if I was going to their house and styling, but also it'd be like bringing me in contact with other people, and also bringing beauty into the world, and doing something creative that brings me into stillness and meditation, and it just satisfies a lot of things, and also learning something new, brand new, at the same time, which I'm excited about. I'm excited like a year from now, like, what am I going to be doing with this?